Hello and welcome to Cargo Shots from the Stat Trade Times. Here's our pick of the best news shots that made the headlines this week.
Before we start, let's see what some of the greatest minds in e-commerce are up to next week. Come Wednesday, e-commerce industry experts will convene at the Taj Santa Cruz in Mumbai. So why do these experts have their calendars blocked for next Wednesday? Keep watching till the end to find out. Cathay Pacific carried 97,166 tons of cargo in March 2022, an increase of 16.6% compared to March 2021. However, the figures also reveal a 47.5% decline compared to the same period in 2019. According to an official statement, the month's cargo revenue dropped 28.4% year-on-year and was down 65.6% compared to March 2019. The cargo load factor, however, had decreased 4.9 percentage points to 81.5%. Delta Airlines has raked in cargo revenue of $289 million for the March quarter, recording a 51% rise compared to the same period in 2019. For quarter 1, Delta reported an adjusted operating loss of $793 million on adjusted operating revenue of $8.2 billion. Ed Bastian, Delta Airlines CEO, attributed the return to profitability in March to a strong rebound in demand as Omicron faded. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency will not extend approvals and exemptions for the transport of cargo in passenger cabins. It stated that these approvals and exemptions were time-limited until July 31st this year. Following a review of the operational context for transport of cargo in passenger cabins, the agency concluded that the logistical challenges that arose in 2020 because of the COVID-19 crisis no longer exists to the same extent. Air France-KLM on Tuesday announced that it will finalize its order with Airbus for 4 new generation A350F full freighter aircraft, following up on earlier commitments announced in December 2021. In Tuesday's announcement, Air France-KLM stated its decision to convert into a firm order the letter of intent it had signed in 2021 for the acquisition of 4 Airbus A350F freighters with purchase rights for an additional 4 aircraft. MNG Airlines has announced that it has converted its second passenger-to-freighter aircraft, the A330-300 P2F in Germany. Last year, the carrier had introduced Turkey's first A330-300 P2F aircraft to its fleet. With its increased fleet modernization efforts last year, MNG Airlines now possesses a considerable chunk of the Turkish air freight business. The Airports Council International, also known as ACI World, has released its top 10 busiest airports globally for 2021. The top 10 list points towards hopeful signs of traffic recovery as several big airports rejoin the top rankings. Hong Kong International Airport reclaimed its first position, while Memphis International Airport reclaimed second place, followed by the Shanghai Pudong International Airport. According to ACI World, there will be over 69 million worldwide aircraft movements in 2021, translating to an increase of more than 12% against 2020. The top 10 airports account for about 8% of worldwide traffic. US-based logistics startup Tive has completed a $54 million Series B round of funding in its largest ever funding round yet. The funding round was led by AXA Venture Partners, with participation by Sorensen Capital, Qualcomm Ventures, Fifth Wall, SJF Ventures, and Floating Point Ventures. So far, Tive has raised more than $80 million to date. So why will experts from the e-commerce and logistics industry be in Mumbai next Wednesday? They'll all be attending the second edition of the E-commerce Logistics Summit, brought to you by Indian Transport and Logistics News, a Stat Media Group publication. Leaders and domain experts from e-commerce and logistics industries will converge at Taj Santa Cruz to discuss and debate vital issues in e-commerce logistics today. The day-long conference is designed to give our participants actionable insights to navigate the ever-evolving e-commerce landscape. To register online, head over to www.itln.in/events/e-commerce summit 2022.
For the latest news on air freight, visit our website. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. Give our YouTube channel a visit and subscribe to access our past webinars and virtual conferences and access exclusive one-on-one interviews with global logistics leaders. Thank you for tuning in to Cargo Shots by the StatTrade Times. See you next week with a fresh roundup of cargo news makers.